This is, it shouldn't surprise anybody. I shouldn't be sitting here again and speaking on Ken Ofori-Atta. The NPP and NDC as a opposition, they stated clearly the Ken Ofori-Atta Ebabeye. Omaka said there's going to be haircut, amount for bond, amount for investment, but shit. You did deal matem, yenina. Ato Forsen, Dormaahene, they made it clear. Now, opposition may be now open we. They just didn't say it, they added figures to it. And today it is clear on the board. But Busangu said, yet there no a Jimmy and I said a Jimmy, a deliberate Jimmy. You know what? Before election 2020, we came to post this. We did this scandal. Scandal, my catcher was saying 52 billion. But my country, I may be percent, but I didn't see so. 52 billion Ghana cedis. COVID, Auditor General, and who says Sasikano Ken Ofori-Atta afa Sasikane di. 52 billion. 52 billion. And yes, Sasikana right before election 2020. And you sika wo go for Tamskano. And Sasikane di ska. When you read the Auditor General's reports now, clearly sika itia taxes debia e was a kugu Bank of Ghana. If a commercial bank or Bank of Ghana. Sikana every commercial bank Ekudu Bank of Ghana 52 billion naira. This is 2020. There were some people on social media and on TV defending this. So at that point, you know, Ken Ofori-Atta who say munyina mo Jimmy. Or who be yes or be a Jimmy. Until he'll go on and give you the killer punch. 52 billion. I broke this story. There were young Ghanaians who take Ghana and Abruchano Mudimi Matam. Say how much is just say, oh, you know what? And the Sanko Furinya say, oh, Tioma. It is not about the scandal. They know. Omina nim say Akuffoaddo ya kronfo. Ofori-Atta ya kronfo. MPP ya rifo. But a yene against Omo. A better ni nkwa, a be called the favor the Nkani say Kurono, and internet hane. So, Enana Mekano. Me say, and yes, sir, ye nim so be try and try, ye nim so be try and try. 2020, before election 2020, every single MPP for share, you people knew it was a lie. Me of late, I'm not going to stress myself again about how I was a Ghana for Jenny. Ghana for do Sebio, as far as our time now you have brains to think. Politicians are not superhumans, but when you allow yourselves with Jimmy, for a very long time, your politicians say you Jimmy. Into Oman who say you ready say you be free Jimmy because Omu try and Trobia and Trobo a clear. Unim say Obwa. Unim say Bawumia ekas obema VW. Obema car for Okadabra Obwa. Samia ukwa be jina we nim carry say obema Okada car obe for Okadabra. Unim say Samia ukubwa. Oba Cape Coast be catch us obey airport amawa. Unim say Obwa. And so ye nipa bia Jimmy no adokre ye Jimmy and yesanim nyansa, but we choose always to go with that partner ye Jimmy no.
She said, "I did bother. And the man a Juma a poor Ghana. I'm on Aka Obia like a Fanangana area." And she, mother said, "I'm with the bother."
Na say Juma asam na yeka new patriotic party programs are ye diegu hono ebedu baby no ye be kran gofo afiama no ne no ma be ye Juma Ghana. Amani amafamu no miaminim dodo na modwuma na gu miaminim dodo na modwuma no ayedan agu sese obi a wa wadwuma no ansi wuye enya wo photo ye ni ese eye business for aba na aba ense sei mo a sabio munwuma no ansi ye no ye ni so ade enwu a ka ya no ense sei a ade adwuma no baba no sese ya nwiri nyina afei na mu ba behu ya adwuma ebebu wa Ghana.
The economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of nanaakuffoaddo and the MPP. The future is bright. The future is bright under nanaakuffoaddo and the MPP.
Adwuma ya ba be ya no Yakupon bie kwa ma ya esise ya de ba no e be ma adwuma ebu wo Ghana amo aka obia da fananga na ewira echi made se dia me de ba no
na se adwuma asam na ye ka new patriotic party programs are ye die gu ho no ebedu ba bi no ye be kra nkofo afiama no ne no ma be ye adwuma ho Ghana amani amofamu no mi aminim dodo na modwuma na gu mi aminim dodo na modwuma no ayedan agu sese obi a wa dwuma no ansi wuye enya wo photo ye ni ese eye business for aba na aba ense sei mo a sabio munwuma no ansi ye no ye ni suade enwu a ka ya no enhihye a ade adwuma no baba no sei ya nwiri nyina afei na mu ba behu ye adwuma ebebu wa Ghana.
The economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of nanaakuffoaddo and the MPP.
Let's take a bit of what Dr. Bawumia said while he was in the Upper West region.
Look at what is happening in Ghana today, and you will have no conclusion but the fact that this NDC government is the most incompetent, uncaring, and corrupt government this country has ever seen. Why do I say so? Last night, upon all the troubles we are going through and trying to survive this phenomenon that they have inflicted upon us for the last 3 years, they have decided to increase the price of fuel by 9%. How uncaring can you be? This is the government that said, I care for you. Where is the care? Don't you have any empathy for the suffering of our people? You have to increase in this period where people are trying to buy diesel, to run generators, businesses and individuals. This is your thank you to them, to increase further the price of petrol and diesel and other fuels. And this is why we are saying this is the most uncaring government. If you are a teacher today, if you've been employed even for 2 years, after working for 2 years, they will pay you 3 months' salary. Isn't that the case? Is that caring? If you are a teacher trainee today, they've cancelled your allowance. Isn't that the case? And if they bring money for SADC, for the development of the North, they steal it. The NHIS is collapsing. Cash and carry is back. People are rejecting the NHIS cards. Today, pensioners cannot survive on the pensions. And therefore, my brothers and sisters, this is why we say we owe it a duty to the people of Ghana, to the people of the Upper West region. We owe it a duty to all get up and work hard between now and the election in 2016 to change this government. It is time for change.
It is time for change. Okay. Bawumia kasao, Bawumia. Ochantro. Bawumia. Upobi or Kasa Bawumia, own some no cano. And the old friend now but Ubusan the same thing, obedi do atem. Oh, you don't respect. In some no catch upper west of one. And the same thing today when you ask him, so I don't know, MP for because Kevin Mwadi, I don't know all question Bawumia. It's me for moi. Wow, was some any the Bejajimo. Bawumia was complaining about NHIS. He was complaining about high fuel. He was complaining about unemployment. He was complaining about electricity. And Bawumia wanya wato room. And Bawumia dane agama lizard. Or the bars front. You be unkomo. We let people know. Inti ya pese Bawumia no owain. Bawumia say si onka finances hun sembium. Onka economy hun sembium. Sisi ano obeso bia benya recording of nano asem. Inti si ano ono so dane American Muslim. I on we preku enso no preku gwan. Onye si ejimi ohun. Say e catch them. Bo kasai sana Mahama catch them say hey Bawumia, shut up. You talk too much. You have no idea. You have not come close to what we call presidency. You have no idea. This is not a joke. Sa Achimfo, we are using you. They are fooling you. Respect yourself in your utterances. Bawumia ntie na and an makeup artist Sudinechi alongside Coco, alongside Baby. Are you ready? This is a new one from KK and a Bawumia concert, sir. And I'll be doing there. And the Bawumia, you see, people voted for the MPP because no say Bawumia say Ghana ko IMF Bahama mwe Jimmy. People voted for MPP because Bawumia ka say Petro Bobe. And see, the reason here to my MPP momo bedi Ghana so no oma dane no. Oma failing in every single sector. Right now, as you watch me, you have 3 billion per as a nation. Dormaahene ko IMF. That time Dormaahene ko IMF no. Or ko IMF no. And so the budget, Ghana's budget, ye ni a ye yanko boro sikebia fan support to Ghana budget. This is the Dormaahene and the NDC for Amuso Mujimino. Unprecedented. Ready budget without going outside to borrow to support Ghana's budget. Dormaahene time, no. All the intellectuals were around, the so-called intellectual insects. They were still not happy. Dormaahene went to IMF for just 900 million. Nyome wo Ghana nyina monitua. Obi antumi emba abonte meka se Dormaahene di Ghana sikokwaje na IMF. The same time Dormaahene was building Ghana. The biggest problem out of Ghana so since a year coups near the doom so Dormaahene solved it. Still, the intellectual insects in Ghana were insulting the NDC and Dormaahene. Today, as we sit here, we need just 3 billion. COVID-19 sika and you need a supported budget. These are ignorant people who cannot lead you anywhere. So sometimes when we are hard on these people, it is because deliberately, no, omo chamontro and omo de try back home and omo de same life. And then it is said Dormaahene for 7 years Akufo-Addo destroy my life. More retrogress. But so before we say brofo so maybe dwuma banaba form. 7 years. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo a delay obia asay obia life. You are retrogressing Ghana. What is working in Ghana today? Tell me. What is that one thing that today is working in Ghana? There's nothing. It shows you clearly these people lied their way to power. They don't have common sense to govern. Ken Ofori-Atta, onye economist though. Bawumia, oye talk economist though. Practical onim so mampon way. I don't know me fora any symposia, any forum. Omotete Ashantehene ho apere. Isi ay mato no motaratare. And then they are that is where we are today. And sometimes people think, say, oh, the words you are using are strong. What kind of words do you want me to use? Let me tell you something. Say Ghana, you Caribbean or African can tokwesi. But in Tokwensi, Ghana and Chelsea in Nyanso, Chelsea Jimmy. And then our man Kofo a lot of confidence and they are still fooling. Sankwa Siadia Kwaso Ghana and pension for year by force, you know. It's to Okrobia and about finance minister. I'm telling you, and let's be realistic when you're talking about these things. I am not saying somebody should do that, but I'm making you know the reality. Say the things we are going through in Ghana today, in any other country, but out of our foolishness and timidity, the idea say, "Onyamibi baby baba, I solve a problem." No, by any referee, and we say 2016, ya anpa yeni antu nyankopon so ye kase ye to aba asesa aban ma aban papa aba. At this point, right now, it is all like, let's see what God will do. God is not going to do anything for you, fool. God has given you brains. That's why so let's not sit here and make it look like, say, what is happening is not a problem. It's a big problem. And it was created by these people. Because when you go back and you pick all the figures, the indicators will tell you, say, where they picked Ghana from, it was positive as compared to today. It also said they have failed. It does not matter who wants to lead them. They need more than a flag bearer to let Ghanaians trust them. There's no trust between Ghanaians and the MPP. It is going to take over 20 years for Ghanaians to say, part way dear. And I've been telling them, and they've been insulting me. I don't care. They can insult me all day, but the NPP now, it does not have that connection with Ghanaians again. So, MPP, this is the time I'll be facing reality. The problem with MPP, any a year, MPP are buying win. Also, your MPP or anyone are buying. So, how come there's one thing they are lacking, and they are lacking that thing called taking responsibility. They have never taken responsibility of anything. At Sembia Sia, no within Kwasi Assembly, we are no Masadi Ghana for. That is the disrespect people like us we cannot stand every day. That is the disrespect people like us. Yetu kwanya yankwe Jimmy wa obi kroso ekosu nyansa no. We can't stand. So when we are using some words, I don't care how you see me. You can wear all the nicest suits in Ghana, in the world, and sit on TV in Ghana and borrow some accent and pretend as if say journalism school. The impact is what we are doing here. Your impact will not be felt because at the end of the day, the people you are talking to, dialogue, so at this point, we need to get real. We need to be honest to each other. These people, and Mama see ekufoaddo nkwaso ene achemfo so MPP way, including Bawumia, including Alan Cash, including every single cabinet minister, every single MP, Yenteha. But you come to those issues. I have an announcement to make before we start the show. Tuesday, coming. Tuesday date you're saying, Aminka, it's an announcement I need to make. Okay. Tuesday is on the 9th of February. Are you sure? Oh, let me get this right. Today is Monday. Tuesday is the 7th, right? Thursday. So on the 14th of a year, this month. Let me read this well. On the 14th of this month, 2023, Tuesday coming. Gold for oil scandal, the biggest one. You see, it will shake this country to the core. 2023, that's our first scandal. Tuesday, the 14th of February. We need to check our time. No, we need to check this very well. The date. I think it's going to be on Monday. Monday. The biggest scandal, gold for oil scandal, the biggest. The whole country will be a beda. And this is our first scandal of the year. Gold for oil. And you know, you can say, yes, scandal. We just don't come sit and speak. And your TV pointy. We will give you the documents. We see gold for oil. The biggest scandal in the history of Ghana will happen next week. It will happen next week. I didn't know next week, Tuesday was Val's Day. So, gold for oil scandal from LoudSilence Media, with all due respect. 2023, that's our first scandal. And everybody will be shocked. From Asofo, Ahemfo, presidents, ex-presidents, statesmen, politicians themselves, they'll be shocked. And this scandal, time I scandal, and I'm going to coordinate with the NDC on this scandal. I'm going to coordinate with the NDC on this scandal, but I will coordinate with them after I have done the scandal. I just want to set this straight. After this gold for oil scandal, some people might rise up against this government. Muntie, the interesting thing is, it's in part 1, part 2, part 3. TNA, domestic, foreign, mixed up. Me say, part 1, part 2, part 3. Domestic, which makes international or foreign, and then mixed bag. That's the part 3. You have never seen anything like this before. Nothing like this. And there's a specific reason why I'm not going to mention any name. I don't want the people to have an idea of what is coming. But I may catch your Ghana for, after this is done, some people will rise up in Ghana. 1 2 1 2. Gigim. Na yakoto about 2020. And yate say NDC for John Dramani Mahama, NDC for any Professor Nana Akuffoaddo. Omokache Ghana for say, you will say Okada has come to stay. And as a political party, no, omo pese omo Ghana for TRC say, eye Okada no, omo regulate no. Ombema Okada no abeye safe and profitable. NDC for kaso mema Okada abeye another employment avenue. NDC for kaso ombema Okada na abeye juma. It will at the end of the day help Ghanaians to be self-sufficient. Omo de nsem bebre to ho send ebe o to me asesa Okada enim ma Okada they will streamline it and make sure so e kaso obi Okada rider e de say wako Japan e kaso obi ye Okada rider or deliver an asset or pick different goods and services to other places. Oba Ghana e kaso obi Okada rider, that person will feel proud. The nyoma to akwem de na person omo ye. How we're going to register all of them, how they are going to partner with the private sector, how they are going to even streamlining it. You know, people will do what? Will learn a skill through the companies who will be contracted to, at the end of the day in Ghana, no, be taking care of the various regions as Okada companies are. They'll be registering people and also making sure riders have unique insurance and unique numbers to make it look like taxi. This is what the NDC John Mahama na Akuffoaddo manifesto no sane kanye. They were here. And NPP for Dr. Bawumia. Eba rokache Ghana for Okada for Sebio na NDC for dwene omo how to make their job more sustainable, because you say obi ayo Okada de ahwe ne ba wo school nyina, obi ayo Okada e de sidan, obi ayo Okada e de aboa ma obi yare na o yare o hospital o dibetua surgery. So it's a good avenue to create employment, because we live in a country where everything is buy and sell. So when people are now trying to do different things apart from buy and sell, then you need to understand, say somebody wants to open some gap in our economy for it to also bring in some inflows. Ewana eye abozege epi abontene MPP for wo ne tuko zonko duba zowanchi ko dakoke kansem hunu ita ne te MPP for sa MPP for ya almost say Monsantoma omono 2020 3 years na me no ka say yo ye to aba ma omono 3 years ni 2020 2021 aba 2022 aba ye 2023. Ena Bawumia beka kire Ghana Okada for in pepe for the doors room. Yes, in tafo and a tree Okada dodo no Ghana. I am saying it, don't tears on kukuno. Because majority of our brothers and sisters in the north, when they migrate and come to this side, some of these kind of jobs, you know, with them, you know, when you go up, they use a lot of bikes. So when they come here, they don't need too much training to be able to ride a motorbike. So when you make it official, not legitimizing, it's easy for them to continue what they know already. Than say, Sebio Yeni Anibi Frisema Bedru or say Afena Obekchen Sibia, you use the excavator. And that you don't have a lot of people in the north who ride or who are excavator drivers or whatever. But 90% of the people in the north, even when you pick a 7-year-old kid, when you have one had a motorbike. So most of them come here and they're all coming for jobs. If they're all coming down to the south, now say a government to say, and that party be say, I am thinking about you people to make life better for you here. A one about Bawumia buyer or say Okada for no John Mahama ni NDC for can kwata samachre Okada riders. Into no more muntie NDC. Okada ni bia fan Okada nembra. Eye motorbike no fan beje den. VW car. Bawumia se John Mahama asamo kan nyanse bi enim o NDC ni nti. Munjai Okada no ono se oba power 2020 ye Jimmy Satoma na ene MPP fo a obema Okada rider bia VW Volkswagen Ghost from Germany obema obia baako odi moto ni ba na obeje car that ye Jimmy Bruta ehwa na de chin ye Samia Wukuko gina cycle ena otam shirt 20 pesos shirt ena odi share Okada boys. Yakasa boys say 17-year-old too. Omo mudi Samia Wuku echi call cycle na John Mahama ban eye no Kwame Nkrumah cycle no ena okobo nchenku. Ena Samia Wuku young man oso akosku de ni ate. Ono so ko gina cycle say yes me MPP ni me na from Samia Wuku ru ni me. De John Mahama ne eye Professor Nana ne NDC for kan nyanse nim. Ya soma me se me meka nkire mo se ye ne MPP for nim nyansa nti Okada na ye to abawie na motoma ya. Yabema obi aka ka ena emmemman kentinka oma beti se de omo so abanche e wo Vietnam omo nyina tu omo Okada den omkogu cycle adanya MPP for say John Mahama na onu momo ba aba be streamline Okada no ama engineers companies aba bie eye better eye companies omo betumi omo ye adwuma yenya mechanics wom yenya accountants wom yenya caterers wom no almost say and your mumpe na Bawumia so obema obia from 2020 obema obia VW car ena sam papa foi omunya nkwara wo Okada riders hu omunya nkwara obotu nyine fudwene ena omudi Samia Wuku echi cycle ye Bwankro me minimum yanti me pese beko Bwankra side wo ena omunyina ko gina cycle. Dr. Bawumia said Okada, trotro, taxi drivers can swap old cars, bikes for new cars. Mi busamo, trotro for, taxi for, Okada for, bike for, mu VW no way. And the Bawumia win and I'm Ghana say, obese dimunim sa president. Eta, munim eta. Eta, bankuta yana, or the bemamo, bankuta no becha mamo. Say Jimmy. Me can't see us Kevin in Mwade. MPP a criminal cartel. Omo from head office to the last messenger. Omo ye jifo. Ye tumufwa. Ana mojen say ye time will be MPP mu. Unye MPP ni champion. Me MPP from penifo din komo chair. Wa we ye chairman kura me MPP ni amni din komo no. U all chance my own friend no. MPP penifo amni omo tena table hu din komo about MPP no. O chairman na wo eye MPP zone na we dey no. O kura fresh apigini na onfa. So you need to understand. Omo akura jia to me say Ghanaians should vote against us. We need this party to go into opposition. So you see there. Into mumusa Bawumia, mumusa Samia Wuku, na mumusa MPP for we say. Mu VW no away because mo karanda ho. And the petrol could have motor more than those times. Into mo starting musa omo. Ye Jimmy no, enye obi na aye yo. Ye nia na ye Jimmy, ghanaeducation no ye Jimmy. Ye mpa de pa, ye mpempuntio. We are naturally born foolish, timid, and ignorant. Ye mpese be ma ye ho kwan ema nyoma sesa wa abra bom. We just want to live in our poverty and our ignorance. So, enana meka no. Me say, enye say, ye nim se obi try and try, ye nim se obi try and try. 2020, before election 2020, every single Eboa MPP for share, you people knew it was a lie. Me, of late, I'm not going to stress myself again about how I was a ghanaeducation. Ghanaeducation do no. Sebio, as far as our time now you have brains to think. Politicians are not superhumans, but when you allow yourselves Jimmy, for a very long time, your politicians say Jimmy. Into Oma who say you're ready say you be free Jimmy because Omu try and Trubia and Trubu are clear. Unim so bois. Unim sa Bawumia ekas of VW Obema car for Okadabra Obwa. Samia ukwabe jina we nimka say Obema Okada car Obe for Okadabra unim sa Samia ukubwa. Oba Cape Coast bekacho so be airport amawa unim se obwa. And so ye nipa bia Jimmy no adokre ye Jimmy and yes, nyansa, but we choose always to go with that partner. Jimmy no. Into me, my say, we have stopped that idea of forcing you to think. No, dear also a catcher, the catcher, Kofo ebaye, yenya the see. In fact, and the Ghana Ubusa MPP forces see say, tell me the MPP aya obian to me ghanaeducation the why or me call back to Kofo. Because that time Akufo was on social media and that strong. Omun Mr. Kufo is hiding behind that blank space now. Yan shedenya a lot on Kufo. But MP before Anga said Mr. Kufo, when you compare Kufo at Tamils and Mahama, Kufo performed abysmally. You people know Omunim. Na my main shares me one. Enya Kufo project lenye bi ni. Enya no abi na MP before ye nene. Enya Kufo hipic toilet lenye bi ni. Kufo dia Kufo ye de na bi nsi da dia Kufo ye bi nsi da Kufo legacy na enye bi ni. This is what we have been dealing with. Ye nim no krado Kufo legacy dia Kufo ye enye dia Kufo ye ni Kufo hipic toilet no be see the legacy ni. So how can you compare Atta Mills? How can you compare Kufo to Atta Mills? Compare Kufo to Mahama? Pick project by project. Every single thing. And then Ubusa MPP for want to mean ghanaeducation crown no because omu nyina ka ho. No me jump Kufo ya de na Kufo ye. Semi ade ba kwa Kufo ya wo don sabe point say we na Kufo ye. Kufo say free abem no or say seed no and or ye redenomination and or koye. Omu be wi a omu de no koye. That time he was lucky because there wasn't any social media platform to be monetizing Kufo. Nanka Kufo time no scandals see no anka ebimpo si Ghana anka obiero betu break him record anya Kufo na got on leadership KT Amon. So it's going to that point yenim no kura no yenim say MPP no stands for thievery. Yenim say these group of people they always come lie and they just take us for granted. And the Dormaahene catch them 7 solid years e go for the waste mu nyina mo time musika shit nipa ewu and ghanaeducation just do 7 years proper. Momba ya bo mutu eku omo. Omo kaso omo kwa IMF da and yenya IMF 3 billion a Ghana egu. Kufo MPP ghanaeducation we mu buy now ade bi omo kan ye bia omo ntumanye. Every part of the economy, every sector is not growing. It's a waste of time. Let us all admit say MPP, we know they've lost focus. They don't deserve to lead. It does not matter who thinks in the MPP or just in Nyansa. It does not matter. Ghana, if that person might be good for NPP, but not good for Ghana. Some candidates in the MPP, they look good to the MPP because they are the same people they are eating the shit with. So enumkankan to enumkankan, they feel that they are doing comfortable job. But holistically as a nation, no, yen to me enumkankan for end lead and boomer. That is where it is. Into when people for they are proud to say men who at the end of the day set journalists up to be killed are becoming people they consider say they are intelligent in the MPP. They all have this mouth odor. It's obia and nimposa and young because every time you're just on one idea. So it's become a party where almost shada any principles be ABM. So some of the candidates, no, some MPP candidates, no, primaries, no, they look good to the MPP. But ask yourself the most important question: do they look good for Ghanaians? Do they look good to Ghanaians? Are there people who can stand toe to toe with Dormaahene and say, "I bring something extraordinary"? That is where the problem is. Until when I see NPP candidates, primaries, I said they look good to you people because Inti mumia no bia hu de numu bon inti mu ko dem na se dem ho nyina mu nkama. You people, you smell it every day so you don't see it. But the moment you step out of your comfort zone, say any MPP for yanko mix Ghana for, you will see say you don't have value again. You don't have a candidate who has value, a candidate who brings something unique, a candidate who can change the narrative. The party itself, the people don't trust it. Remember, any MPP for nkwa to abama MPP ba power a Ghana for. They don't have any ideas, BM. Ideas, because the people leading them from the beginning, they don't have ideas in the first place. They capitalized on lies, ignorance, propaganda. On say social media, image and very powerful now. People can get access on their fingertips. The MPP struggles to hold on to any message because the young ones are there to fact check you. It does not matter the propaganda they will do, and the men will say. And the Monday, Obeko TV be so ebi mu jishe suit jina so ana meboa. Nipa o suit jina so a okasa no, aban na manage sika adwuma ye. The you things say nipa ba be jina o aka kire say, o pension sika no omu wia, on kan kire o da. Paul Ademocho will never come and tell you say vote against these people because o pension sika no omu wia. On ye. Because aban we are na manage adwuma o tua ne ka wasako wia Christmas tree. Into that lotto forecaster, village lotto forecaster, on the candy, say, no, these people are fooling me. On yet, because it's working for a yenipana otiane kano. So at this point, we just have to understand say it's a no to vote for NPP. No, do you think say? And I'm just Lancaster can't say me. And I MPP you see any campaign message. They all say abayba na abayba omon toa nyoma so nti ema nyoma agyegu nti mo mayem break 8 se be yenkwa na be aban a se be oyedi 8 wiye ya sa ma bia kan o yebetuma finish ndwuma toa na busa na wo ba ide na wa ya opese otoa so Alankole Chamantini MPP ede na mo ya mo pese mo toa so se nka wa ya bibia opese otoa so a wo betu bibi na otoa so mo betu bibi na motoa so na die na mwankasa mwaya mo pesa motoa so. These are the fundamental questions you need to be asking yourself. In the MPP for new message in say to see idea abanko ye mo 8 years a omo ntumi finishing your money nyina what say man yansa ma obiem na sa for say man no Alankole Chamantin they want to separate themselves from this MPP, but you are the core of the MPP. Kwabena Frimpong or Tafono, he is not the core of the NPP. It is you guys who are in Accra calling yourself ministers, cabinet ministers, who were making decisions from day one. You are the bile. How do we do that? So you could see clearly, say MPP, there's no message because they always rally around propaganda and lies. From Kufuor's time, everything has been lies. Everything has been, tell them the lies, let it sink for a long time, they will accept it. And they will her. Because I can say a J, no matter realistic. The question we need to be asking MPP say, DrBawumia for your redenomination. But you are failing to answer that question because Kufuor ran the economy down. When the typical NPP, sorry, they will destroy, turn around and come tell you, say, oh, where they destroyed the economy from day one. Until every time you meet the NPP, now we hear the people say, more MPP we know. Now, when you go around the whole nation and do analysis, Busango said, dear partner, what DNMA MPP will be MPP. Majority of nipa omu nyina say ye pe MPP no, omo a tribal bigot. You know why? Ye bibia to omu timu say MPP no, ye party a ye dodo ne dia, ye omo nka MPP hu bia omo ye sebio lower citizens. It is not the love for party policies so, and yet the love for party the obey you, a fight against a group. It is also MPP now. Most of the people who love MPP no, ubusa say didn't na ope MPP or say oh MPP they say wa unim they aban bi be ye Ghana for and MPP into on ni ubusa the MPP policies because for a party, for you to follow a political party is the ideology that you like. Without the ideology, we have nothing to rally around. It is also majority of Nipa or more Ghana almost say NPP for. It is not about the party's policies. No. It is about the party being supreme over a particular group of people. Finished. Into a against them. That is how the MPP was built. And that is how it looks now. It is always about yadye ye sonko, yadye ye yadesye, we mu de omu forma ma omu to me. But oye analysis na. And this is a typical example between the NPP and the NDC. Veranda boys now have shown over the years. Say they are veranda boys, they are a socialist party, the people's problems, and they hear myself. And it's now when you go to every part of Ghana, you see leftovers of the NDC, glimpses of NDC's touch, because it is about the people. But because MPP shouldn't need anything to rally around, it is always about yene and yomo. And so it's not about your benefit. It is not about the holistic picture. It is about them. And it's Ghana is going down the drain. They still don't want to accept and do what? Apologize to the people. They are still saying we are breaking the aid because it is us against them. So NPP has always been yene against them. It is us against the minority. It is us, this year, against anybody who on Kasebi, and us may say. So when you look at it very well, Ghana's development has always been the socialist parties. They are thinking about the people, because when you ask the NDC person, why do you like the NDC? Or say, I like the NDC because NDC, JJ Rollins, NDP, NDC by, in 1992, everybody got a share of the NDC administration. JJ Rollins, the idea be by say, and ma obi nsunchen obia. We should all live in a country where everything should at least benefit everyone equally. Until you saw the way JJ Rollins was rolling the policies. He wasn't so experienced in politics, but at least he had a socialist ideology. Say the people are the power. Give them what they want, and everybody will be fine. Until you could see, say, you saw JJ Rollins on the roadside. JJ Rollins with farmers. It was just a message. He was sending a message to them, say, what Kwame Nkrumah started, this is how it's supposed to be pushed. Into Sausha, people rally around the NDC because NDC yomo free impoverished in poverty. So we study very well. Majority of the people who vote for the NDC, and it's now, so I'm talking about Ghana. NDC wins the majority of the regions because most of the regions now are poor. No, their heart is with the NDC because it reaches out to those ones. And so it has always been MPP yene against the minority, and the minority is always somebody our own come and say. It is the realistic picture of Ghana, how we see these political parties are. There are more people in Ghana, impoverished people in Ghana, who are more committed to NDC than MPP because they have felt that touch of the NDC. Because the NDC does everything possible to make sure, say, when they are given the nod or the opportunity to always lead, they touch the most vulnerable. And by helping them, it is all about cheap compounds. It is all about clinics. It is all about giving water to Mampong and some other places. It is all about looking at how you bring everybody together. But anytime the MPP is in power, it is all about, do you remember our history? Okay, me papa. Okay, it is not about what you are going to get and what Abana want to do. So MPP has always rallied around history. And they have always twisted history because history, it is the perspective of the person listening or reading to you. I can twist a history that I feel in my own perspective, I will force you to understand my history. The NPP has always been around where we know time here. Omo di yechi yegu party no, ena dombo ba ha, ena buzi ba ha. So it is always about they were against us, but it's not about how are you going to be moved out of this poverty. And every part of Ghana, you see the touch of the NDC, but you hardly see the touch of the NPP. Because when they come to power, they spend more time on making people recognize them than they recognizing the people. And it is always about Omo. It is always about history. It is always about people against us. But by the NDC, it is always about Nipano. What we can give them for them to trust us more. And when you have parties like this with these two kind of ideologies and mentality, it becomes difficult for you to sit and say, some people today are still saying, Mako school, a real Legom, a real tech. I still believe in the MPP. You can't. These are very difficult things to understand. Introduce some point and say, okay. So it's not about omunim dia AC. Nim, but a deliberate foolishness. Yes. Deliberate foolishness. They pretend as if they don't know. And in Dormaahene Kumase, he listed every governmental project. One cut down to MMC's Ejumao, or the bigger picture and listed for. It was a language he was sending to the people who are always like a yen against you. Now, Otubo ebo daya ebebo kwasiabe yetiasie. Now, a woman na a woyen. They are totally two different things. Dormaahene yesadia no to send a message to Ashantehene and a dodona obudi MPP chini say, all that you need is me papa se minueni. Media baby a minion free buy and I don't care. So it is government. Even though you don't vote for NDC, he's telling you, say, the more you think about your development, the better for you. Into list every single thing. Why Ashantehene? He knew. He knew. He knew that the election would be won in the Ashanti region. He knew. But what? This is communication. Or Mama Timu wants to say, what to abapia to some points. Sebio, Ashantehene Nyankwasiafo. But Obanyansafo yebunibe yenkana sem. That is why he did that in front of your king. Okasachi otumfua, wakasachi Ashantehene, okasachi mframa, wakasachi Nyankopon. That is how it is. Now, I'm in Shamadini. Kufuor's legacy. Modi amono mame on. Kufuor's legacy nene siwono. Now, see. A man for complaining about MPP, Ken Ofori-Atta. Na Ghana for ye nipa bi a yere fi ade ntem. And ye nipa bi so a I sometimes ye nim nokra na I'm starting my story today from nokra ye nima deliberately. Yem pese ye be giatum say ye nim nokra but ye nim. Ye ne foolishness na a deliberate foolishness. Yeah. Obi a okoto aba 2020 bia no nim and could enti oto aba. Some people voted out of hatred. Some people voted because they didn't want some dominant, they didn't want some lesser people in Ghana to have power. It is a. Don't draw on 2020. There were so many reasons for Tuaba, but majority of the people who voted for the MPP, it was all about entitlement. And yet, you get what I mean? You don't sit back and say, where do you know? We all know what we are doing. And the a clear example of people who have deliberately become stupid whilst they know the truth. Ghana Nibia will do over 50 years to be or Ghana says, and I do ye Juma. Onimse nim nyansa yedi bumai. It's a fact, they know it. When they enter their bedrooms with their wives, they say it. But out of courtesy, out of I was trained as a Christian gentleman, out of if you don't join to discuss the issues, a fool will rule you. Obi already 40, 30, 40 Nimse Akuffoaddo is the worst government in our history. Nimse, this government is a no. But we still get people sitting on TV. And what are they doing? Let us defend what they know is indefensible. So you ask yourself, Jimmy, deliberate. It is beyond politics. It is beyond handing power over to another party. It is beyond what you are thinking. It is enshrined hatred and enshrined kind of entitlement. And nothing here, because we are in Ghana today. A whole group of people, over 30,000, they don't have an MP. So the people of South don't have a representation in parliament. They are paying the taxes. Remember, pension is issuing now. Their monies are going to go. They don't have a representative to go to parliament and fight for them. And now, I inform Ghana, school. They all know said that is wrong. Scholars, lecturers, statesmen, they all know. How can we live in a country over 30,000 people don't have a representation in parliament? How? Where does this happen? And these people all know. But for them to just speak on it, because they're told South, it can never happen to people in the Ashanti region. Never. People in the Eastern region. Never. Why? Because the MP, the mentality is it is us against them. If it is happening to Angonafona, it is their fucking problem. And it's a make sure the reason here, the ballot, these are the things that influence their vote. And yenya account for do entitlement and this kind of we are scared. Yesro. The yenya account for so they say yesro se obi baba be kire nyansa. That's our problem as account for. And a demeaning. Say nipa bia mehunu say or ye beneath me ana ohwemase abeka nyansa sama kire me. E de se sikani otifie ohene kase a sebio otena konwoma o wade bia odwene ho pa a sebio wodi hu komache onya obia but oyo ohene kase enti ontumi mbre ne ho ase. Eso wa hwenkwa bia onamfie wo a ye de nyansa na wo no. Now for the ohene to allow even the hwenkwa on a normal day obi anya himfie ho obubusa so na hwenkwa he feels that entitlement. Say, I will not lower myself to that level. But on himself, what today ahenkwano, ahimfeke krakawe, ahenkwana nasa akwano or prawa strategy or the prahono or use be 7 minutes to sweep a whole place. Abra or in kwabi some to be bear 20, or munya to be 30 minutes to sweep a whole place. In the technical would say aqua winning nyansa. Now so all man on crying because it is part, it's an ego. And that is what is happening to Ghana for voters. Into there a group you account for no. You feel say won't come and say when you can near only right. Say be Jimmy Kra to tell me say Jimmy no chonhufi una we ne beboa. We don't want to accept it. Into a intro. So the NPP always rally around lies. So even in their politics, even in their communication, in their campaigns, you realize that their focus is basically not on policies majority of the time. Their focus is their opponent and where the opponent is coming from. The NPP, I know what I'm telling you. The NPP's focus during elections, their campaign message, you could see, say, it is not about the people. Their campaign message is about who is before them. Now, they first weigh the person's background before they draft their message. The reason why this time they are struggling is because they have exhausted every avenue. There's a specific reason why John Mahama is running again as an ex-president. An ex-president that they deliberately denigrated and they knew they were lying. And they have said everything. They have opened every box. They don't know what again. And this if one choose your flag bearer. But whenever you are talking to any MPP person or say, me person be facing John Mahama. Why? There's Combinado 4 there. Onyenipa. There's Combinado 4 who wants to contest. And this is a Democratic Party. Almost stop you. Why do you think they are all not saying John Mahama they may beat you? Why are they not saying Combinado 4 they may beat him? Because they know that the damage they did not soil the guy. The party is still intact. And this if we call a meeting, Harry Najusu Ajatum nicely, Muntaka Ajatum nicely, story where he be, any story no. There was nothing in there. But Yenya Kamfono, we wanted to make something out of it. I even saw a foolish village forecaster, I said Paul TV, who said it is a nothing and they want to take out like the foolishness. You see how they communicate. Their communication is always tribal. That is what they need. They don't need anything because they don't have anything. Until NDC decides to change their front in parliament. Oh, into the TV. So, and my biggest worry is the foolish intellectuals in Ghana. I respect Kaya Yenina and the other 10 TC baby na OTM TV so not done. I hear those called analysts. I am a lecturer, I'm a professor. Those people are the political insects. They can't think. When they take that nonsense they've read as books away, common sense evades them. Because we were not supposed to even get here when it comes to our finances. No. Until from the beginning, because you say everything that is happening was deliberate. Because those times when Mahama was in power and we had demonstration, the intellectuals, they had not seen even a piece of what they are seeing today. But something made them go on the streets. It wasn't against the economy. They knew the economy was getting better. They knew it. Those people who were demonstrating when Mahama was president, it wasn't about Doomsaw. They knew that Doomsaw was being solved. It wasn't about the government not performing. They knew the government was performing. It was about the person. Into who is Ankuma, Kofi Bento. The leadership were all like, it is us against them. And the dems are the Awunafoɔ, the Intafoɔ, the ones we don't want ever to have power. It is a steady line of argument. It is not the betterment of the people or taking the people from poverty and changing their lives. It's about who is before us. Are you equal as us? And non MPP for Jene Huansana into the party does not have any basis. The party does not have anything they can stand on and say, this is the reason why I joined the MPP. And there so be a platform MPP. Say, tell me why I should join the MPP. Obitumaka. It is tough for them because they don't represent anything. I'm not representing BBA. But and the opposition for no from said, tell me why you are part of the NDC. I bet you from 1992, even before that, 86, 82, 83. I bet you the reason why or NDC and why which you say NDC the bit to my buano. So there's a vast difference between these two political parties. So NPP basically does not have a party. They rally around propaganda and lies. Sometimes you see them and you listen and you're like, are you okay? Inti, I'll see you statistics idea we. Odo party, the entire our party. Party no, nin some kind of F1 don't join the party because individual no ende nanaakuffoaddo. Ohu Ghana ni biaso with Jimmy. And the etwa no ohwe no osre. This is the guy 2008. Now nam. Na ya tunyum dinechi. Wabo udin na wafro ende or to me rent jet. No akodi jantra for no aba ewo England no aba. Ya bo udin because no onim said nipa na odi omanimu no. They are not checking his credibility. Acquired the president without certificate. If Dormaahene had skipped any of his certificates, he would have a major problem or Ghana politics. So you see the difference. So NPP at this point would pray more the basis because say pray now the amayeno the uncofone ban pray na me papa chen na Charles now the amayeno they are always looking at the opponent, but the opponent is looking at Ghana. NPP looks at the opponent looks at Ghana. You see say the two parties, the horizon of the NDC is always broad. See consistently how it has been very diverse when it comes to NDC choosing flag bearers and running mates. It's been very, very diverse. Go back, check the NDC, choosing chairman, choosing general secretary. It's been very diverse. It goes here, it comes here, it goes here, it comes here. Today, as we speak, go into the MPP and go back a little bit and start checking. It has been one way because that is what the party was built on. Selecting themselves. So they feel, say, it is us against them. So onye akania, oye MPP niya, sebio ya kan semia tu trima. You don't have to allow. And in the last we catch them on MPP for 90% governance as ahini. They see governance as chieftaincy. Yet they ain't tiasie. Yet they ain't tiasie teni. So he's overlooking all the things that teni na ye. By just looking at Yedi Asante Kotoko, Yedi Yakamfo, Yedi Fusufo, Yedi. So that is what they look at. Right now, on say in 2020, time Dormaahene Professor Nana Akuffoaddo, the NDC took a step. It was tough for the NPP to catch up. Now, share the kind of attacks about Professor Nana. And when you listen to the attacks, it wasn't said the woman is not credible. It wasn't said the woman is not intelligent. The attacks was they want to lower some of them. Into Sha Fantini. So utumu Jimmy said to me, he wants it to sound say, "Wey Obana Oyin Onya Santini ba." Fantini, even yeni akan phone mukrano, yes sir, dear no. And it's a check here consistently. The way Pakwesi Mr. Atta was discredited by Akamfo Fantini. You see what the MPP did to Atamels? Don't come to me, Jina TV, so that Atamels is gay. Or he be in your problem. I can he be in your problem also. Even yeni akan do. When it is difficult for us, we start to be selective. It's most of us, yes and Jimmy. We don't care about our development. We are always caring about why na me penasem. Inti nipa na ya to nyum di nechi ya body di ni afre no. And then me no ti hai. E de na why? President Biamba Ghana wedi nkwase asem che Akuffoaddo. And so my bom di no afre na yo no a the battery is the Lord. The battery is the Lord. The battery is the Lord. They did not care about Akuffoaddo's intellectual know-how. They knew Akuffoaddo was fake. No one say Akuffoaddo cannot correct. No one say Akuffoaddo say party no. All say Akuffoaddo bush and for you before. But Akuffoaddo then why neko only 10 in neko. We will choose the devil over a yet nodna. Now, Ken Ofori-Atta DrBawumia, Ghanaians are worried. People are talking, and sometimes I ask myself. The so-called intellectuals now, Omokasa Bibre, no. The so-called, I get it. The so-called Ghana problems in Ghana. Before election 2020, and Ghana for Amoshemi, pensioners Amoshemi, pensioners Amoshemi, Ghana for Musika and the Ashe and Kwasiafo by force agent. This is, it shouldn't surprise anybody. I shouldn't be sitting here again and speaking on Ken Ofori-Atta. The NPP and NDC as opposition, they stated clearly the Ken Ofori-Atta Babeye. Omaka said there's going to be haircut, amount for bond, amount for investment, but shit. You did deal matem inina. Ato Forsen, Dormaahene, they made it clear. Now opposition may be now open. They just didn't say it, they added figures to it. And today it is clear on the board. But Busangu said, yet there no a Jimmy and I said a Jimmy a deliberate Jimmy. You know what? Before election 2020, we came to post this. We did this scandal. Scandal. Me catch them was saying 52 billion. But my country me yet me percent them adwin ko si bibi so. 52 billion Ghana cedis. COVID Auditor General and ohun say sasika no Ken Ofori-Atta afa sasika ne di. 52 billion. 52 billion. And yes, ask right before election 2020. And you sika wo go for tamska no. And sika when you read the Auditor General's report now, clearly sika itia taxes debia e was a Bank of Ghana. A commercial bank or Bank of Ghana. Sikana every commercial bank Ekudu Bank of Ghana 52 billion naira. This is 2020. There were some people on social media and on TV defending this. So at that point, Ken Ofori-Atta who say munyina mo Jimmy. Oh who obiya so be Jimmy. Until he'll go on and give you the killer punch. 52 billion. I broke this story. There were young Ghanaians who take Ghana and Abuja no mudi me matem. Say how much is just say oh you know what and the sanko for say it is not about the scandal. They know. Omunyina nim say Akuffoaddo ya kronfo. Ofori-Atta ya kronfo. MPP ya rufo. But yene against Omo. A better new one, a better favor the Ankani King say Kurono, and internet hane. So I purely as against them. So one person betiasia kokain Aliu Mahama story ne ho na obetiasie. MPP nyanya nsani bia te se Aliu Mahama da. But you saw what they did to Aliu Mahama. So almost against anyone na yemfre no yaw Kofi Ama Amponsa say udino en sound sa onka ye ho. It is a sebio bodam ni kwana de besi so a they will do it because it is not omo development omo pew. Omo adwene no wo eye okon na ye kokon. MPP lose aba no. And the SMSC, you shouldn't be worried if MPP loses the elections. I didn't and the MPP lose aba. I didn't MPP. They said NDC for number. Why should you be worried? Most people MPP lose aba no musunya. It wasn't because MPP baba NDC. It was because I teni against Akani and a teni ni wini. And no, the echoes will bank of Bibraye di Ghana nyina. Me Akani men can da Emasanta for now on a 4-way in your credit. It is also those called intellectuals now. They find it difficult to mention name and say vote against this government. They are not able to do it. Upon all the things they will say against this government, the things they know that we all know this is abnormal, unpardonable, they will end up saying, let's see, governments are the same. It's hard for them to admit that this government of us has failed. My people vote against them. We are at a point where people's pensions are being taken from them. Why do we need long grammar on TV? You need to just go out there and tell the people, no, vote against the MPP. Hardly do you hear them say that. Why? Because after all the analysis, they now come to, it is us against them. Into 52 billion, October 2020, ebesin de sasika na ira. Na nipa we abegina mo nimu ka kire mo se, omo asa ababiem se, alankash ne Bawumia mo ne kwasiafo baka, monto maye de ye behye nyoma. Die na wo behye. Because wedding kan dwiri egu wo behye die. So you need to get these things right. Mamika Ibinjamo. Sometimes people think, say, we cannot do a show without telling some people our mind. We can do it. We are parents. We stay home. We talk to our kids. We don't use the language. You know the reason? Because there's a specific reason. But you people still don't get it. At least some of you don't get it. We can do a whole show and pretend as if everything is fine. And then not add any passion to it. And then just come say it like the way the fools are doing it for you to think they are smart and work. Today you can watch all the political shows in Ghana, watch all the Vietnam suits, watch all the so-called echoing touch screens in Ghana. O pension echo. Would that change anything? Did that person standing there on Metro TV, did they tell you that your pension is not going on control? Because we Jimmy. You can see all the analysis on TV, all the Ghanish language, the English, the statistics. Dormaahene is a failure because when you look at the NDC trajectory and their politics, you could see there's a hole in the leadership, but the NPP, no kind message, no nicer adrenaline. Where is your investment? That is the question you need to be asking yourself. So you need to start thinking. What we are doing here as young men, seeing us on social media, on our TVs and all that, it is not because we hate an individual. It is because we want to calibrate a system. We don't want to be the same fools. We want that thing to stop. Into way by 52. Okay, where Auditor General's story. Mumbusa 52 billion away. And when you read it, it's annoying because Ubusa was saying Ghana Biemana. Are we being led by fools? I don't believe so. I believe there are more intelligent, honest Ghanaians in Ghana today. Why is everybody quiet? The demonstrations we saw in 2015 and all that, all those people are alive. Ask yourself, why is nobody so pissed off, even though they know they are being given a raw deal? Why are they not angry to get on the street like the way they were angry? The anger then wasn't towards the economy. The anger, it wasn't towards bad leadership. The anger was specifically towards the name that was ruling Ghana then. Because when you sit and you do the analysis, you realize that every single thing during that time, a demonstration was, there were positive stuff. In Tibusa, I want to say, we are at the point where it's worse. So where is the anger? It is not there. And it deliberately, they have subdued the anger because it is us against them. Ebeko go there, Kenko Kona. So they were not, those things they were doing those times, it wasn't about Dormaahene. They knew the economy was better than Kufuor's economy. They knew. They were all in Accra. They saw Accra, Kotoka being built. They saw it. Kofi Bento, Sankuma, Yvonne Nelson, Monesa, they all went, they were flying. They saw the development. They were going to their villages. They were seeing the cheap compounds. They were traveling. They were seeing the E-blocks. Kumasi people were seeing Kedetia. They were seeing all that. But it wasn't about that. It was about Yene against them. Let us take the minority down. And then Yene come say no. So it's always been about a omu MPP wins and a tier. 52 billion went 2020. Where is that money? And also Ken Ofori-Atta, no. This shouldn't shock you where we are today. Ken Ofori-Atta and MPP there cartel, criminal cartel. Nobody talked about it. So at 52 billion, that time, all the bad dollar man, it was equivalent to about $12 billion. Regulation 12 of the Financial Administration Regulation, FAR, 2004 stipulates, and I quote, a person entrusted with the custodial duties for public and trust money shall protect public and trust money against unlawful diversion from their proper purposes and against accidental loss, and locate such money too, so as to facilitate the efficient and economical discharge of public financial business. End of quote. Auditor General Dr. say, or say active Ghana mrema say, yeah, the Ghana sikasha one sa. You have the responsibility to account for that money. Ebira, ebifaha, what the that onus, that responsibility is on you to account for it. And then the original so the busa says 52 billion way away. Ever seen there? Now, when you go to the second paragraph, it says the Ministry of Finance, in its quest to improve government revenue, engaged your services for the collection of tax revenue across the country. To ascertain the integrity of the banking agreement, we conducted a reconciliation of the flow of funds from the transit account, that is Ghana Commercial Bank, the transit account into the designated Bank of Ghana holding account. Auditor General said time I'm call Finance Ministry and I'm call the Ghana Commercial Bank boss no. I'm call who say no sikasem kratisem no who say ye free BB transit account. Say jisika e water port any port or Ghana. Sa sika no de bia ejiji sa sika no e call through Ghana Commercial Bank. Sa account na sika no fem no ye free no transit account. Now sika no fem a engineer edru or na slip it. Because you're the final receiver of our revenues. Bank of Ghana Constitution, let's say Bank of Ghana. Into Biani to me or Bank of Ghana. So a constitution in bind it. Constitution actually put the Bank of Ghana together. Into you're the final receiver of our revenues. Into Auditor General saw a call Finance Ministry before 2020. Who say 52 billion. Ghana Commercial Bank, taxes, the agenda ports, the agenda post office, the revenue, and I'll say slipping there holding accounts, which is Bank of Ghana. Such transaction, 12 billion aira. 52 billion aira. In this all class, the Auditor General Satana Dumelivone. He was very explicit in his statement. I'll say. Our examination of the transit account bank statement in relation to tax revenue showed that your bank, or your bank, if you want to say it that way, contrary to the agreement for the funds to be transferred into designated Bank of Ghana holding accounts, transferred a total of 52.5 billion, let's round it up, into unknown source. I don't know, that unknown, no, there was a specific word we were supposed to use. I think they got it, I've forgotten the word. Unknown source over the under review. The table below provides the summary of the type of revenue transferred to unknown sources, the details of which is provided in our web portal. I just general say, checks no say 52 billion in the process na era 2020 before election 2020. Now, Sikabe na Auditor General eka ho asemi ya minimal konti ameye we mpese me de mo adwugo sibi Ken Ofori-Atta na moto say MPP Bawumia mo betume save mu no, but I'm telling you it can take 50 years to run you people down. So next week my scandal be the country will go down. 2023 my shadow me say my 2023 me be my first scandal in 2023. I will stand, I will not sit, I will stand, and you will see something. Well, revenues omjiji and revenues ni here. Revenues we no omjiji ya ni nyina ira 2020 mashana mde muko echi akwa we da ho ya mo finance minister. IRS 17 billion, VAT indirect 18 billion, VAT communication service 107 million, SEPS GC net revenue 10 billion. We are talking about EPI customs accounts. We are looking at 1.2 billion. SEPS petroleum tax transit 3.8 billion. Where in Naira amounting to the 52. Sasika we Naira 2020. Into Bisa Minjai 52 billion eka. Now in convertible dollars, it is almost $12 billion. 2020, so 12 billion naira, everything there. We've not gotten to the bottom of this nonsense. You get people sitting. Or the bad dollars, 10 billion before election 2020. So sometimes we ask these questions. We sit here and you expect us to use those fake garnished words, those fake accents. We are not built for that. I tell you people, you're one of the most respectful people around me. But I'm not going to allow somebody's pressure to make me do things to suit them. I'm not going to do it, especially when I know the truth. I'm not. Now, moment calculation be. Yeah, my social media segment too, but okay, let's move on. Let's do a social media segment. Yeah, but the editorial on also is 5/8. Then I will make Kaimu Bibi. Now my mom who say Bibi, you do Sisiano. Don't think, say, there's any hope in MPP. Obia Woten and Kawa MPP Mubia and Debia was part of Kofor, part of Akuffoaddo. So what is new? What is new? Yeah. Then they are so unique. I would say MPP we can solve the mess they have caused. They can't. And I'm going to say this on record. From the indicators we are seeing today, Dormaahene never left a bad economy. The NDC didn't leave a bad economy. They just lied. And on the two NDC so. The figures we are seeing today, the economy the NDC left was a very strong economy. More schools test contest pick for it were ting. More from papers na mo fan compare. Even the CPI, the corruption perception index, Akuffoaddo to me code anymore to him on the onye. Dormaahene took us to 48, and the Akuffoaddo by was at 43, was at 45. Baby a jina di musika. Now see. This is nanaakuffoaddo Akuffoaddo. The man said, Bameka Bibinche Ghana for any people who don't really like me. I get it. I have a lot of people who don't like me and I don't care. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo age na odi amamu se wedi no wabroso Akufo-Addo na adwene wo form on na adwene to mean process bibia biem Akufo-Addo a toy. And I don't say this because of people, and yes, I say this because I hate him. I say this because he's greedy. He needs to understand this point. Say, Onisa nyansa na dibu o mine. Ebi o nyansa yedehwe mato. But nyansa yedibu mine. Akufo-Addo apa ho. His mind is not strong enough. Oka asem wende, ochano aka asem foforo. I don't hate Akufo-Addo. But Penyini Awegyimi, you just have to be straightforward with him. Send a beya, obi ba no kasa, na Penyini we kura Jimmy ne kan nim, how much more you? We garnish words too much. We try and hide behind words and no na edia bedru ha. And yet mon kan tin pan said the oye ne nye. Men ka say oh, the oye ndi ay say ntwa ye. Oh yes sa na wo so no so. Na aman the Jimmy ne betemo na adwene ye ne say onye mistake. Inti, we need to get these things. Hey, nipa bako. Beg China to support Ghana debt restructuring. Onwaka say China, let's stop being beggars. Psychologically, mentally, he's not there. Or to say kelewule adi acheso. Nipa bako or say, yani Africa for mama yenye ho say ye nipa ye ho ye mmobo a ye stress adi free abrofo. Ade chinya okohu eye broni fofora o sika ka kire China say isi ade sika ne dia said nti obombeboaye. This does not make sense. You should be worried as a Ghanaian, somebody like this, and will do with him. And or per se, the rest they all think like this. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Black Stars, a Black Satellite age, no the president. We came 83, 84. Omo Bay Akufo-Addo himself mentally and new hope it is gone. Okay, some channel channel what to also any download wa. On him the air core. Nipa bako kagina brofo nim ye ni se ye ho se sister de ye nya nipa esra de Africa ade cha wasa kagina bro ni bako nim unkan kire China se omo pesika meboa ye na isika sama say. What is the dignity in this? The level of denigration of the presidency. I want to call myself the presidency is naked. Good that's saying you to me or surgery, you know. The presidency is naked. I'll go to a placard. That time when you try to make sense, you are the fool. And they were speaking some borrowed accent. The presidency is naked, and the governance, the dear pan of which we compare John Mahama compare there because it means John Mahama and this showed a lot of respect to Ghanaians. Akufo-Addo di be 83, 84, 88, 88. They all use one Black Satellite for age. It is a white junior say president to be a on your sharp on your sharp. So you see, OsagyefoagyemangBaduI sabonsu den DrBawumia also mo say dodo no ya hwehwe nyomansa ne ato aba ye Jimmy. Okay, say nkofo imbre mi show picture omoba first omo say MPB afa V8 nante omo ko twa picture bi no omo guba asem se mponche frempo obo ate mo ne omo go ohu say omo wie no ohu say omo sa akofo baas de bi ende propaganda foforo bi omo ye oh Bawumia ya ho brase ni wafo baas nde baas omo tim no na yire makeup betuma ato. And the Bawumia yere pamatade ba kwa almost $20,000. No ahenham no shem. The two nyina e bare. Wa henham. I say DK poison punch bag no pjepijaniti. Enti we hu se Ghana fo ne Jimmy. Yan ko tena bass me e kire se ye humobro. Hey, e humobro. Ya de wo ye nsua. Se obi e we humobro a ye de wo ye nsua e humobro. Enti ende no Ghana fo ne bi no mo Jimmy no. Hwe humble Bawumia. He is in a bus with his criminal cartel. Inti Bawumia needs to be president. Bawumia got na bus mun denti pension ni na and the also one dem no onya isu. Bawumia kotena ba asemu ko srem enti ende no de ekoso Ghana nyina ho kira ba corruption aswallow ya boni patu no a problem bi eni ho omo hu say ye Jimmy. And this is the 1992 442 formation of politics ye nullify. So what should this picture do? Majority leader OsagyefoAgyemangBaduI and the majority chief whip Frank Anodompre were part of the MPs who accompanied the vice president to the funeral. Why do you think they took that picture in the bus? They should have taken a picture at the funeral grounds. But almost away Jimmy. Hey, Bawumia and Nadia, what parking a car ya or to basim? Emma dollar number form. Me say or 4 bars ya bodukwe yin, ebema dollar number form. Ebema pensioner no shema na juni sika nensaka. Questions we now busan we know they have played on your conscience. They don't know what they have to do again. Because they feel say they are still dealing with the stupid people now. We're dealing with but this new generation, we ask questions, we pose questions, we are not stupid. And say, Akuffoaddo, they protected the Akuffoaddo. Kufuor is a hypocrite. Nanka also honest with himself and tell MPP for say Akuffoaddo cannot lead. But also, Oye Tintin Onyaku Kudro. Good evening, Mr. Akuffour. Awesome. Oye Tintin. Oye hey, nani duashe nantem fun. Onye bema. Enti Akuffoaddo say no, omo kura no, e protected no. News file. Now, Egbert Fable to so. They knew from day one. Kwame Sefaka nim say Akuffoaddo is damp. Or nim say Akuffoaddo Jimmy on to me bumai. Kwekubaku knew Akuffoaddo does not have a certificate. Kobna Japan on nim from Titi. MPP for Nina nim say Akuffoaddo a criminal. He went to UK because of drugs. Ya primary free school. Only certificate. He's never been a lawyer. Okon a law firm and ne papa certificate in Aboboho. Only certificates. They knew it. But what did they do? They protected the Akuffoaddo. Because Ghana for Jimmy. 2016, when the Akuffoaddo was about to be exposed, also a debate to be abium. And they said, men ko, Kwame Sefaka said, men ko face Dormaahene. Obehu weakness. Obehu se we Jimmy. Ghana for obe expose. Brabetna peace if I catch the youth and say, Arab Spring is the answer. Say, I'm out to me. There's some question I'm Ghana, so me a journalist. We are using words that are not supposed to be used on radio and TV. Mama me. And this is how you need to look at these people. Inti Bawumia na what you know. They don't want more of Bawumia's videos out. Because they know Bawumia, anytime he speaks on the economy, he does not have facts. So his campaign team, they say, you know what? Don't speak again, boss. Because what Obuwo system, it can follow you till you die. So the reason why it's Tuma Bawumia on Kanwasem, proponent, exponent, exponential, sa reason tia Tuma MPP say Bawumia in economics, Bawumia and Kanwasem. So where is the relevance of Bawumia? The reason here to my MPP say you may Commander Sugar Factory and we actually can Alan Kudish maintain to mine. Obi the second day Japan TV just said journalist ni then he lets people go and murder a journalist. No, I start ready to declare war and tough war any I want for you see where the party is. So these people turn around, they will tell you, you're president. So you sit back and you ask yourself, we nipa now nipa, how do you think? Ojineko saying. You bet you my MPP 40 years. They cannot solve one problem. Professor Henk there, he has been advising these people for a very long time. At a point, I'm also an NDC communicator. This man, he lives here in DC with us. He has been telling the Ghana government, stop lying to the people. Saturday, GDP to debt to GDP ratio, they're around 78. And this man started talking, hey, Ghana, be careful. Your Bank of Ghana is giving you fake numbers. Yeah, Ghana Statistical Service, they are lying. You people should be careful, they are lying. That time debt to GDP are about 76%. This renowned professor, economist, he does not only look at Ghana, he speaks on so many countries. In today, how on the saying say also pick Ghana, but he's looking at the indices and the numbers, and he's seeing say the statistical service and the Ghana Bank, the Bank of Ghana, they are lying to the people. And this man was blowing the horn. Ghanaians, let your people put a currency board together. Your economy is technically gone. And yet, it is us. People communicators say, NDC for Kutia Bruni Weka. See the level of intelligence. Oh, my Jimmy. The insult is not coming because I want you to understand some things today. It drew all the remom. I want you to sit and go with me slowly. Now, I feel where I'm taking you to. It's because a Toma NDC. You need to know that I've built a case. I'm not sitting here like I said, vote for Dormaahene and the NDC because I like Dormaahene or I like the NDC. No, it is because we have built a case. So I expect you to follow and make your analysis and make your decision. And the decision I'm telling you, from you following me to point you know, you need to vote against these liars, these thieves. You're not even supposed to be thinking about it. Steve Hanks, I say Ghana's economy woes continue to mount. And this is today or yesterday. Today, I measured inflation in Ghana at a stunning 104.3. $1.93 times the official rate. The Ghana Statistical Service just keeps producing rubbish. And I've told you how the Ghana Statistical Service, they do their job. Mr. Nkrumah, now this morning they are not back. So we are at circle. Oh, then don't move the car. Ask around there, those who sell the phones, how is business going? Then Mr. Nkrumah will get down. Statistical Service, for this how they check your economy, the numbers, and how they bring out their statistics. Then Mr. Nkrumah will get out of the car. Mr. Sapon, stay on the line. I'm checking. Because, brah, so right now, phone, so is here the new more drink a first near go China. And they say, I know, first near fund Tuesday, and they fund Tuesday 50 pesos. Okay. It is a go for phone. They say there, Mr. Nkrumah, phone sales is not good at all. First, they go to China, and now they say, okay, take no matter. Mrs. Fosu, but you said your auntie was going to talk to us about plantain prices. So, I forgot to, you know the funeral we went. Let me call Auntie Becky. Almost to office. Almost statistics. No. Auntie Becky afa. 1 year. Also, Oba Fosia. See, hey, Fosia, don't know. Rakati nko. We no ye juba we you know aban mu no. Na Fosia na de na eko. Osia ye pesen ke busa na body na mu de body. Osia Fosia de bia ba o. Se de body no. Fosia body no. Se body betem. We year 7 cities. Se na ba ko first duro na nka say 20. Se de duro na 1,000 Ghana. So na Fosia bada ben. So anti me pon a. Osia okay Yesu nti o. Always. Fosia Yesu nti ne tim kedwuma de nkejai. Osia anti mi aminim. Osia anti velo na wo body afa no tachi man. Na say also a duro no and na otwe say na de na ekofa no na e duro ne 100 Ghana and they say a duro na basoro kakra 120 I say na o ka velo so ka kire wi also any antimasa fro ke na Nkrumah tro san kwasi statistics o mu yan wakeka ni nyina bom so okay oh we are not for phone Gabi and they know if I put the numbers out there. So you know the president to be angry. Do something about it. Say okay. Put it at 72. Yes. Oh, inflation for November is 42, and then I'm 80. Yes, unti. Bodio. Bodio. Yes. I say yes.